Deacon Keith, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Shalom, shalom. Just a quick reminder, we are live on YouTube.
Right.
Right. So I have a great class.
All right. Without further ado, we can go ahead and get this thing started. The title of this lesson is, well, first I want to give all praise to the Most High Yah, the name of His Son, Yahweh Shai. And the title of this lesson is, Prepare for Battle. The police will not protect you. The police will not protect you. Let me get the book of Exodus, chapter 15, and verse 3. You know, all this, call the police, depend on the government and all that, that goes against the scripture.
Exodus 15, verse 3. The Most High is a man of war. Yah is his name.
You see that? So, we need to be like, we're supposed to be fashioning our hearts after the Most High. Let me get Acts 13 and 22. And the Most High, he was a man of war. So, the men of Israel, we're supposed to be men of war as well, the way we think, the way we dress, the way we carry ourselves, so.
Acts 13, verse 22. And when he had removed him, he raised up unto them David to be their king, to whom also he gave testimony and said, I have found David, the son of Jesse, a man after mine own heart, which shall fulfill all my will.
See that David was a man after Yah's own heart. And, we need to be the same way. And, you read through the scripture, David was performing all kinds of acts of valor in battle. That's how we supposed to move as men of the Most High. Let me get 1 Samuel 18, 6 and 7. The Most High, he don't deal with cowards. That's spiritual cowards, physical cowards either,
First Samuel.
That's that weak and effeminate spirit, Go ahead.
1 Samuel 18, verses 6 and 7. And it came to pass, as they came, when David was returned from the slaughter of the Philistine, that the women came out of all the cities of Israel, singing and dancing, to meet King Saul with tabrets, with joy, and with instruments of music. And the women answered one another as they played and said, Saul hath slain his thousands, and David his 10,000s.
You see that? That's, David, like you say, David, he after Yah's own heart, and he killed at least 10,000, multiples of 10,000 in battle. Of course, now we have our people, they killing each other, but, these other nations do stuff to us and we won't touch them. David was taking out the heathen, and that's, Most High used him and raised him up to be able to do that. And, recently, of course, we had this school shooting in Texas where 19 kids and 2 adults were killed. And, people have been talking about how it took the police over an hour to even go in and engage the shooter. And, you think about that, that's just absolutely ridiculous. So, it brings you to realize there is no way that you should be depending on this government, this system, on Esau to protect you in times of trouble. There's just no way. And, the scriptures tell you the exact same thing. Let me get Exodus 34 and 12.
Exodus 34, verse 12. Take heed to thyself, lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land where thou goest, lest it be for a snare in the midst of thee.
You see that? The Most High is telling us to take heed to ourselves, basically saying, look after yourself first, Israel needs to look out for Israel. We don't need to depend on Esau to do it. We don't need to depend on Elam or Ishmael to look out for us. We need to, that's part of building a nation, being able to fend for yourself. And, when we get the kingdom, we definitely gonna be doing everything for ourselves. We're not gonna be going to them for, they're not gonna be governing us. We're gonna be doing it ourselves. Let me get this first article. Detroit police improve response time, but not all neighborhoods are equal. Across the city, Detroit police arrive in about 14 and a half minutes for urgent priority one calls, such as active shootings, robberies, and assaults. That's down from 20 minutes late 2015 and over 50 minutes in 2013. And when you think about that, that's absolutely ridiculous for it to take almost 15 minutes for the police to come. In some areas it take way longer than that, depending on the status of your neighborhood. Of course they're going to respond in places like downtown and your Palmer Parks and your your 7 Mile Livernois area. They're going to respond in those areas a lot faster than if you live in like a poor area. It's like Brightmoor or 7 Mile Gratiot. They taking their time to come there. They still might take an hour to come get to you. So why would you depend on that? That's who you'll put your faith in to come save you in your time of trouble. Keep reading. Detroit police response times are more varied for non-urgent calls, from 10 minutes in Midtown to over an hour in areas of the Northwest and East Side, police say. Police say those higher rates reflect higher crime rates, with officers spending more time on more pressing situations like shootings. So, that shouldn't be who we putting our trust in if it's taking us. I mean, think about it. The average shooting or a robbery, they're not taking 15 minutes. They in and out in less than 2 minutes, So why would you depend on somebody to take 15 minutes to get to you? So, we need to move accordingly. Let me get Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 10.
Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusts, so is his wickedness.
You see that? So, why would we trust Esau and his system to provide us protection from danger? It just doesn't work. Let me share my screen. Can you give me the authority to share, Elder? I'll come back to the image I wanted to share, but let me get this next article. The Supreme Court ruling that suggests police in Uvalde won't face major consequences. This MSNBC. The Department of Justice said Sunday that it will investigate the botched law enforcement response to the mass shooting at an elementary school in Uvalde, Texas last week, as public outrage over the incident continues to simmer. The precise details underlying authorities' extraordinary delayed efforts to take out the shooter have been tough to pin down, and local officials have been misleading and contradictory as they've relayed information to the news media. But what we know already depicts local police as seemingly too scared to face off with the gunman, who allegedly spent over an hour killing kids and teachers, as multiple students inside called 911 for help. So, they just watching this going on. They not finna put their life on the line for your kids. I saw a few reports where they say one of the officers went in and got his kids out and didn't worry about the rest of them. Department of Justice investigations into police protocol have been a sorted routine following mass shootings in the United States. For example, they were held after a 2015 massacre in San Bernardino, California, and a 2016 shooting at a gay nightclub in Orlando, Florida. Like those investigations, the Uvalde probe will end with policy recommendations and a report, with Americans hoping for individual officers or the police department to be held criminally or even civilly liable for their reported refusal to immediately engage the gunman should temper their expectations. So it's telling you, they're not gonna face no consequences. They're not gonna lose their job, and they can't get sued. Even though they just sat outside the door while the gunman went through there just killing people. And why? Because the Supreme Court ruled in 2005 that the police department don't actually have a constitutional obligation to protect people. And you see that? So, and that, and that's who you want to put your trust in. Let me get Revelations 12:9. You'll be a fool to trust the police with your safety. Because, they literally saying it to your face. We're not responsible for protecting you.
Revelation 12:9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world. He was
did what? Protect and serve is what?
Which deceived the whole world.
You see that? They had the world thinking, we go protect and serve. That's the slogan of most police departments, protecting and serving. And then you got a Supreme Court ruling saying, oh yeah, we're not really obligated to protect you though.
He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him.
You see that? So, they deceived the whole world with that one. Let me get Psalms 58, 3-6.
Psalms 58, verses 3-6. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies.
Doing what?
Speaking lies.
You see that? Keep going.
Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the death adder that stoppeth her ear, which would not hearken to the voice of charmers, charming never so wisely.
And you see that, we got people out here, and you know what so-called Black and Hispanics like to do when tragedy happens? They go and protest. And what they do, go in one end, right out the other. Because one thing about an adder, a serpent in general, they can't really hear very well. They just feel vibrations, but they can't really hear your voice. They know you're there, but they can't hear directly. Keep reading.
Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the death adder that stoppeth her ear, which will not hearken to the voice of charmers, charming never so wisely. Break their teeth, oh yeah. In their mouth. Break their teeth, oh yeah.
We need to stop this. Most High, he gonna shut them up for good though. Keep going.
In their mouth, break out the great teeth of the young lions, oh master.
You see that? All these lies, the Most High, he go break their teeth, break the jaw of the wicked, as Job said. Let me get 1 Chronicles 5, 18-22, because while we just depending on them, we need to be dependent on ourselves. A nation cannot exist without an army. And as men, it is our responsibility to become that army in the name of the Most High while we're keeping his commandments. Because if we're doing that, he's definitely going to fight with us. Because in every victory that Israel had, the Most High played a big part in their victory, but they still, took it upon themselves to prepare and actually get ready to actually fight. The Most High, faith without works is dead. So you got to put in that work to get prepared. Because how you think we go take the kingdom?
1 Chronicles 5, 18-22. The sons of Reuben, the Gadite and the Gadites, and half the tribe of Manasseh, of valiant men able to bear buckler and sword and to shoot with bow, and skillful in war, were 44,703 that went out to war.
So in this particular story, Reuben, Gad, and the half tribe Manasseh, You know, you see these men, they skilled with their weapons. You know, of course, the Most High fought for them as well, but you know, they did their thing, you know, under their own power as well. Keep going.
And they made war with the Hagarites, with Jetur, and with Nephish, and with Nodab. And they were helped against them, and the Hagarites were delivered into their hands, and all that were with them. And they cried to Yah in the battle, and he was entreated of them because they put their trust in him.
You see that? They fought the battle. More than likely, they were usually, you know, Israel is far outnumbered in these battles as well. And the Most High comes through for them, you know, just like now. If you look at us and look at the so-called, you know, the U.S. military and Esau, they way outnumber us. You know, they have more weapons than us. But of course, you know, if we do our part and serve the Most High and trust in Him, He gonna make sure we come out victorious every time. Keep going.
And they took away their cattle, of their camels 50,000, and of sheep 250,000, and of asses 2,000, and of men 100,000. For there fell down many slain, because the war was of Yah, and they dwelt in their steads until the captivity.
Yeah, because they waited, and you know, until the Most High gave the signal. You know, because like I said, the war was of Yah. You know, when we go out on our own and do these things, we fail every time. You know, look at the NFAC, Grandmaster Jay. You saw he just went down, got indicted for aiming a rifle at police. Even though you look at the pictures, he wasn't even aiming a rifle at police. But you know, because you know the Most High didn't ordain that. You know, that's not how we take on Esau directly. You know, marching in the streets. Drop down to 25 and 26. And you see in the same, in verse 25 and 26, the same group of men. Go ahead.
First Chronicles 5, verses 25 and 26. And they transgressed against Yah of their fathers, and went a whoring after the gods of the people of the land, whom Yah destroyed before them. And the power of Israel stirred up the spirit of Pul, king of Assyria, and the spirit of Tilgath-Pilneser, king of Assyria, and he carried them away, even the Reubenites and the Gadites and the half tribe of Manasseh, and brought them up unto Halah and Habor and Harah, and to the river Gozan until this day.
You see that? So that same group of men that had just defeated, you know, had just been victorious, skilled with their weapons, you know, the Most High caused them to fall by the sword because they went off into serving other gods. You know, just like Exodus in 34 said, take heed to thyself, you know, and don't make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land, you know, and that's the covenant he's talking about. When you make covenants with these people, you know, you start accepting the image of the beast, you know, you start accepting Christianity, you start accepting all these things that the Most High is against. That's why he tells us not to make a covenant with them. You start compromising what you believe, you know, you start voting, you know, instead of taking heed to yourself, you're like, well, let me just vote. Hopefully Joe Biden do something to help me out. You know, hopefully Kamala Harris, you know, she might be black. Let's, you know, we go vote for her. You know, we go put our faith in her. And, you know, that's against the scriptures. Get Jeremiah 51, 19 and 20.
Jeremiah 51, 19 and 20. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Most High of hosts is his name. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war, for with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms.
See that? We're gonna be the battle axe. You know, we're gonna actually do a lot of the work. You know, Yahweh Shai, he gonna be leading the battle, but you know, we gonna be his soldiers. We get Exodus 13 and 18, because you know, a lot of people, they also think when the Most High, even when he bring us out of this captivity, like I said, we go come out, you know, we gonna be ready to fight. You know, same thing like he did in Egypt. He go do it here too.
Exodus 13 and 18. Where Yah led the people about through the way of the wilderness of the Red Sea, and the children of Israel went up harnessed out of the land of Egypt.
You see that? And if you go to that word harnessed, the Hebrew word is Hamas, and it means in battle array, arrayed for battle, armed. So, you know, like I said, they didn't just walk out of there some little lambs. They walked out prepared to fight the Egyptians. You know, as we know, the Most High did the fighting for them, but they were prepared. Because, you know, like I said, that's how you show your faith. Let me get First Maccabees 14 and 9.
First Maccabees 14, verse 9. The ancient men sat all in the street, communing together of good things, and the young men put on glorious and warlike apparel.
See that? Another example, the elders, they talking the good things. They're talking about keeping the laws, these prophecies that's coming to pass, these precepts. And the young men, they sitting there taking it in, ready for battle. That's how we gotta be now. It's all the same thing, it's the same thing, different time period. Let me get Zechariah 12 and 8.
Zechariah 12, verse 8. In that day shall the Most High defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David.
And we already know David killed over 10,000. So, the weakest of us, when Yahweh shall come back, is going to be like David. Keep going.
And the house of David shall be as Yah, as the angel of the Most High before them.
You see that? And when it say God's right there, it means like an angel, so to speak. So, the mighty men, they go has power like angels. That's how much the Most High is going to be behind us. Last precept, let me get Psalms 18, 32 through 34.
Psalms 18, 32 through 34. It is Yah that girdeth me with strength and maketh my way perfect. He maketh my feet like hinds feet, and setteth me upon my high places. He teaches my hands to war, so that a bow of steel is broken by my arms. I'm sorry.
You see that? This is David telling how the Most High magnified his strength while he was in battle. Drop down to 37 through 44.
Psalms 18, 37 through 44. I pursued my enemies and overtaken them. Neither did I turn again till they were consumed. I wounded them that they were not able to rise. They are fallen under my feet. For thou hast girded me with strength unto the battle. Thou hast subdued under me those that rose up against me. Thou hast also given me the necks of mine enemies, that I might destroy them that hate me.
And that's exactly, that's exactly what we're gonna have to do. We go physically beat the heathen down. Like I said, it's not gonna be pretty, and it's not gonna be for the faint of heart. Like I said, it's gonna be some mighty men that's gonna have to rise up, and the Most High go put his spirit upon us. Hopefully, I'm part of that elect that he chooses to do that, and we go come out victorious. Keep going.
They cried, but there was none to save them, even unto the Most High, but he answered them not.
You see that they're gonna be crying to they're gonna be crying to the Most High. Even though they know he against them, they're gonna be begging him for mercy. Like, please help us. Keep going.
Then did I beat them small as the dust before the wind. I did cast them out as the dirt in the streets. Thou hast delivered me from the strivings of the people, and thou hast made me the head of the heathen. A people whom I have not known shall serve me.
And you see that? We go put them up underneath us, and they're going to be serving us. Keep going.
As soon as they hear of me, they shall obey me. The strangers shall submit themselves unto me.
Like I said, the Most High gonna make the most feeble of us, just like how David had these heathens. And that's what I'm looking forward to, putting these heathens back in their place and taking our place in rulership. You know, that's what I want. I don't want our people basically begging and protesting, you know, for Esau to, you know, give us some assistance. And with that, that's the end of the lesson. Shalom.
Shalom.
For all praises to the Most High. Great lesson. Those feet is going to be like what? Hind's feet. Is that what it says? You know how fast? A deer run?
Yeah, would they get 40 miles an hour?
So David said he's going to hawk him down and then beat him down under his feet. There's another verse over there that was interesting too. He said that the blades broke on his arms. That what David was saying. Was he talking in the spirit or was he talking back then when he was on the earth?
Yeah, I think he was talking about it on the earth.
On the earth when he was
broke
around.
He teaches my hands to war so that a bow of steel is broken by my arms.
Yeah. Yeah, he was talking in the present tense. He wasn't talking in the future tense, was he?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, he did push all them Edomites off that cliff, so you know.
that boy David can fight.
Won't that be awesome when the Most High put that spirit on the Israelites to be able to do that in that time?
I remember we used to watch the show when I was a kid. It was called The Man with the Golden. I think it was called The Man with the Golden Arms.
It was
a karate. It was a karate movie, and he would actually break the blades with his arms. Now he had a technique where he would chop up the swords as he was doing his karate moves. He would move and break the sword in multiple pieces. Tell you, man, they get a lot of stuff from the Bible, man. It's a bunch of copycats.
Yeah, I was just talking about somebody about that the other day. Let me can I share? I wanted to share this this graph that show these police response times and how it's absolutely ludicrous to expect the police to even show up at all.
No, I ain't waiting on them.
What'd you say?
I know I'm not waiting on them.
You gave it to me yet?
Say again, were you speaking to me or were you talking to DG?
Yeah, I was trying to share the screen.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you had it. Hold on.
Oh, no.
Should have it now.
Yep. Let's see.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Well, not now.
All right, so this is you can see the chart over on the side. Just showing how ridiculous. So this is a few years ago. I think this is like 2015. But you see downtown at best, you know, this is your best area. It's taking more than 30 minutes for the police to get there. That's just a joke. Can you imagine somebody breaking in your house and you gotta wait 30 minutes for somebody to get there? What you supposed to do for 30 minutes?
Right.
And you know, this is the more updated one where they say they didn't improve their times. But even here, you see all the most of these are your affluent areas, like your downtown, midtown area. You see, is this Livernois? So this Livernois, name, this is what's the name of this area? Yeah, you know the name of this area? I can't think of the name of it. Right here, Livernois and Davidson. There's a lot of big expensive houses over there. Just know that.
Dexter Stutter.
Yeah, Dexter. Yeah, between Livernois and Dexter.
I think they used to call it the Dexter Sturtevant area.
That may be it. But in this area, around these areas, they call it, they kind of improving, but still, you looking at 13, 14 minutes on average. And here is like 7 Mile, Livernois, Palmer Woods, University District, where you got the $400 or $500 million homes in this area. And, it's really, like I said, a lot of these areas, like I said, it's just they just get there whenever they get there, And, you think that's what you want. That's who you want to depend on your safety for. So basically, if you can't afford to live in an affluent area in the city, they just get there whenever they get there.
Yeah, you definitely better put your faith somewhere else.
I know, right? Did you see where Ohio, they just passed a bill where they trying to pass a bill. I'm not sure if they passed it or not, where they want the teachers to be able to conceal carry.
They tried that once before, like a few years back. But they tried it all over the place, and they got shot down so bad because they demonized, the teachers who wanted to. It wasn't that they didn't have any teachers that, that didn't want to do it. It's just that they talked about them so bad, they just opted out. Plus the school system wasn't going to cover them anyway, as far as insurance.
Yeah, well, say Ohio Senate passed it. So, I'm not sure if it got to go through.
That's a plus.
Yeah. They said they got to go through 24 hours of training to be able to do it, And I would rather that than just be waiting on police, because like you said, they just showed you they now obligated to protect you, so, and everybody in the city noticed that if something going down, a shooting or a fight or whatever, everybody know that the police not gonna come in there and try to stop it. They go sit around the corner till they think it's over, and then they go show up and take the report.
They said that the police are not by legally bound to protect you.
Right. Exactly. The protect and serve slogan that they push so heavily, just a big lie.
Definitely not for people.
It's directed towards themselves.
Property. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's for, the truth. But it ain't got nothing to do with us.
Yep, because it's funny because you'll never it's funny to me because they talk about passing, doing everything but what they need to do. Because they talk about gun bans and all these other stuff to stop mass shootings in the schools. But it's really simple. When the last time you heard about a shooting in a mass shooting inside a courthouse or a federal building?
Yeah, they have a county out here that's was it Kennesaw, where it's everybody has to carry guns. They have to have a gun in their home, and I think ever since they did that years and years ago, but once they did that, crime went down out there.
And it's funny because
they made it mandatory for everyone to carry a gun. I remember reading that too.
Yeah.
I remember reading that. Yeah.
Once they did, the crime went way down. It dropped way down.
Yeah, I'm sure all your home invasions and stuff like that. Yeah, it
Absolutely.
become non-existent.
Almost.
Because people become very friendly when they realize that everybody has a gun.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're cool. Cooler heads prevail, seemingly. Everybody got a gun. Everybody is more relaxed.
Yep, because they know if they start something, it's like this. One of us not walking away from this situation today.
And not having a gun, but what Elder was saying, they made it, they made it to the point where since everybody had one home, that means they made it legal for them to use it under those conditions of, somebody coming in. So it's not just I have it. I can open up with this thing. You come in my house. Ain't no stipulations. You got to be having something coming towards me. You can't, be. It doesn't matter if you're uninvited. I had a cop tell me because there was a lady that lived next door to me at one point. She had a pit bull, kept letting it out, threatening people with it, and it made me so mad. I said, "Okay, I'm gonna kill this dog." And that was my thought process. Now I know it wasn't the greatest, but I was angry because she threatened my child. So I called the police, and this is where I learned about the law pertaining to that. The cop told me, said, yeah, if the dog comes over there in a threatening way, so you could put him down. I said, does it matter how? He said, nope. And he said, and to tell you the truth, the lady come over there in a threatening way, you put her down too. So there's some laws and stuff that people need to check into and know about that. You can defend yourself.
I think that's a law in the Bible too about I think it says an oxen. Is that in Exodus, Elder? You know the one I'm talking about? Like basically, if you got a oxen that attacks somebody more than once, that you obligate, you have to kill it, basically.
Yeah, I can't think of where it is right now, but I know what law you're talking about.
Let me see if I can find it. I know I got it.
I know they just passed a law here in Georgia, constitutional carry. The governor signed it into law April the 12th, I believe it was, where you don't even have to have CCWs, and you can open carry or concealed carry without a license.
Yep, sure did.
Hey, all that sounds good, but you still better understand that you Israel. So, you can do your thing all you want to, but there's plenty of people in prison. And they were totally right.
About the open carry.
Using it is two different things.
Period. All in all, using it, carrying it. You still
they
get pulled over carrying it.
Yeah, they can't do nothing to you. It's law. But now using it is a totally different situation. You got to understand the situation in which you can use it, and those are very slim. Those situations are very slim.
Right. Like when they were here and they protest, they went to Lansing protesting. All white people. I wish you would be a Israelite marching on the capital of Michigan with guns in your hand, thinking you're gonna do like them crackers gonna do.
Oh, that's just crazy right there. Just that thought is crazy. I don't even know why somebody want to do that anyway.
Well, that's just what Captain Maccabees was just talking about earlier with Grandmaster. What's his name? Flash or Jay or whatever his name.
Yeah, Grandmaster Jay. Yep.
Grandmaster Jay. What I say, Grandmaster Flash? Ain't he the old rapper? Grandmaster Jay. He led a whole protest for a year or two. They was talking that tough talk how they was gonna get it in. As soon as they found a way to get him, they got him.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, and then that's the thing about Esau, it'll be hard for him to go toe to toe with the nation of Israel, directly. Because most of them, they carry these guns, but a lot of them cowards too. And then you gotta think about this, just with the tribe of Gad. The tribe of Gad was they weren't no pushovers. They just the only reason they defeated them was because of the smallpox. They wiped most of them out. Before that, they couldn't really, you know, Gad was giving them trouble, So we have the physical might to actually go to battle with them, but they have they cunning hunters, you know.
Yeah, the physicality has always been there, in our favor. But ever since they came out that gunpowder, it made it hard for us.
Yeah, and even with the gunpowder though, after that, Gad was still giving them trouble though.
Yeah, yeah. I just watched the video the other day, and matter of fact, I'm gonna see if I can get it because my wife showed it to me. I'm gonna see if she's go ahead and send it out or send it to me. I'll send it to you. But it showed they were at a gun show. It looked like a little 3 or 4-year-old was dropping magazines out of hunting rifles, and
I just seen that.
did you where he was
yeah.
pulling the boat and shutting, closing the boat and all that. I mean, he did it quick, like he was giving somebody else the lesson. And the lady who was there,
they just what to do.
Yeah. And I mean, he was only he couldn't be no more than at 5 at the most. I don't even think he was that old. I think he had to be about 3 or 4. And the lady that was there, of course, she was Edomite as well. She was like, "Oh, that's just so adorable." Now, had that been one of our children, they would have been a little heathen to her. They would have been on the news talking about how he shouldn't be learning that and all that stuff. But it was adorable watching him do it. But I mean, when he did it, he had some training.
Yeah, he knew exactly what he was doing.
Absolutely.
Like it wasn't his first time at the rodeo either. He knew what to do.
Yeah, I saw I saw what he the youngest person to kill a deer was 4 with a rifle.
And that wasn't one of our kids.
I know, right?
Because we're not teaching them that, but they're literally teaching them that. That's a way of life for them. And the scripture said they would be like that. So that I'm glad that our war with them ain't through that, and it's physical, it's through the Most High. Because I don't think that's one we'll win. Not like that.
Nah, it's not.
No, that's his blessing.
Yeah,
that's his blessing, man. That's Esau's blessing. That's what he cried and begged his daddy for. And our father Isaac, he gave him that blessing.
Yeah.
He said, "You ain't got one more blessing for me?" And he said, "Not one." He said, "Let me see. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do for you." Gave him that blessing of the sword, man. He can go to war.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because to us it's strange. It's strange for somebody to say, why would you get a 14-year-old a rifle or a shotgun for Christmas or for their birthday, even though we don't celebrate, Christmas, but why would you get somebody that young something like that? They're used to doing that. It's not uncommon to them.
That's right.
And field dressing deer by the time he's 10 years old.
They killing them and gutting them.
Yeah. They be killing them, gutting them, and going through rituals, biting the raw heart, drinking the blood, all kinds of stuff, man.
And you looking at your child at 4 years old, hey, stay away from them.
Yeah, everything. Hey, listen, that's crazy. Yeah, it's uncommon.
Well, you remember the video I sent you?
We hard pressed to go camping.
But now that goes back to what Captain Maccabees was saying. He's like, do you really want to put your trust and your faith in just, anything other than the Most High? You can't. We can't. This way things are set up is not set up for us to prosper, thrive, and all this other stuff. Without him, it's not set up for us to have any kind of victory without him in any form or fashion. So these people can start grabbing guns and all this. I mean, I got them, but I just like shooting them. I like going to the range. I like, but.
And there's a small contingency. Nobody talking about you going, because they got stuff that your little rifle and guns ain't gonna do nothing with. But
I done seen some
as a small contingency, you want to at least be able to, make a way for your escape if you have to.
There you go. Action. Yeah. I want to throw a rock. I don't want to be without nothing.
You're
right.
right.
You want to be without nothing.
Like I said, when the when everything collapsed, what you go do now? You go have to try to hunt for food and defend yourself. Like I said, ain't nobody finna come save you.
That's true. Because this thing is definitely about to get worse before it gets better. People be talking all this conspiracy mess about what ain't happening and what's going on. They just had a man travel international, pop from here and there. I think he ended up in Georgia too, with those monkeypox.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So more people is getting this thing, and now they trying. Guess what they're trying to get a vaccine for now? The monkeypox.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I was talking to somebody the other day after I talked to you all, and I said, "Yeah, I got COVID again," and they was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," like I was sentenced to death or something. I said, "Ain't no big deal." I said, "It's okay. I'll be all right."
That is true. How people respond.
They act like I was dying. Like I told you, I was dying or something, and there was not. I said, "Yeah, I got COVID." "Oh, I'm so sorry." I said, "It ain't no big deal. So what's going on? What you doing today?"
Exactly. Because what? That's that program mindset. They programmed everybody to believe that that's some sort of death sentence.
They did. And I was just talking about that. How they scared everybody into getting this vaccine. They terrified everybody. And then there's so many different commercials that were, horrible commercials. They have Gladys Knight telling people to get the vaccine. You're not saying, just get the vaccine. You don't know what's going on with this vaccine. At the time that they even started making the vaccine, or that they came out with it, it was less than 6 months old. So it was less than, so they couldn't even do studies to find out what was going to happen at a year. What's going to happen at a year and a half, 2 years. It hasn't been 2 years yet, but
what was it? February, March, when it started getting kind of bad, and then by June or July they was talking about the vaccine.
Right. So it had to be 7 months when they broke out with the vaccine in January, February, 6 or 7 months. And then now they still talking that crazy stuff. "Oh yeah, you need a booster." What do you mean you need a booster? Why do I need a booster? It hadn't been a year that I had this vaccine.
Yeah, and that's my thing.
They was like, that first one didn't get you. Let's see if we can get them with the next one.
Yeah.
You get the vaccine and 2 boosters.
What are you talking about? Right. What are you talking about? They need a booster. And then what you talking about? Then a couple of weeks ago they came out with this saying that the Johnson & Johnson is giving people rare diseases or something like that, rare blood diseases or something like that.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting here like I think I told y'all, I think it was it Saturday that I said Saturday I was sick. I think I took the test Saturday, found out I had COVID. Like I'm okay. I'll be in class Saturday.
Who was that? Moderna CEO was saying, "Oh, I ain't taking that." Remember, he said he ain't taking it back. He not taking. He was like, "Are you getting vaccinated?" He was like, "Oh no, I ain't getting vaccinated." He was the CEO of the company.
It's just funny
If
that
that ain't fine, I don't know what is.
I know, right? And just imagine if you just so happened to be the person that took the Johnson & Johnson, then you took the the 3 boosters. You didn't took 3 boosters. And then they come out, oh, it's a chance you get a heart disease. It's like, wait, what?
That's the equivalent of everybody, they out there promoting your wife's cooking, talking about get it, and then they ask you, and you say, oh, no, I ain't eating.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, if you're not gonna eat it, I ain't taking it either.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he's like, I ain't eating that. You seen that slop that she made? Shoot, what's wrong with that?
Yeah,
but
man. Esau is out of his mind.
Say that again, Elder.
Esau is out of his mind.
Yeah, but some of us are just as bad for listening to him. That's the thing. It's like, I'm like, come on, man. I done had some people like, oh, but I've had, they not our enemy. We done had many enemies. I said, do you see what the scripture said? It said you will be sold unto your enemies. Now, if you got how many people were you sold to? And then some of the experiences that, some people have in life, with them, and it still hasn't dawned on them yet. Like, I'm like, you know what? I don't know what I can tell you that they ain't showed you.
Listen, I know a Edomite woman who has Israelite kids, and she's racist, and she preaches. Do you understand? Do y'all understand? Look, they shocked. I think they shocked. Nobody responded except you and laughter.
Nah, I thought my mic was open. Nah,
was she prejudiced against her own kids?
Yes. And her grandkids, yes, indeed.
Oh man.
Man.
And listen, and they know it. They know it. And they are treated accordingly. And they deal with her just the way she is. She's wicked. She's wicked, but this is the way she is. She's a racist.
Wow.
And this is not a story. This is a fact. I know these people.
They said it's their nature. And they gonna do it.
Yeah, the kids like, you do know I'm black. You do know that's an insult to me, right? I'm black. So they put her in her place. They know what, And
wow.
It's so matter of fact, I don't even know if she realizes that she's a racist. It's just in her.
That's the thing. I don't think they do. It's the nature of them. So it's like, you don't have to know something to be that way if it's your nature.
No, not at all. But that's the thing when you go street teaching. When we were out here street teaching, it's the craziest thing in the world that you will sit there and say they're the enemy. Yah doesn't love them. He's he's a separatist. He's only here for Israel. Oh no, I don't want no parts in that. If he don't love everybody, he better love Massa. If he don't love white people, I don't want no parts in it.
Yeah, I've heard some crazy stuff.
I'm sitting there like, we just told you was the greatest thing on the planet.
Like, what's the
huh? Yeah, just told you was the greatest thing on the planet.
You in the Matrix, Keefer. You in the Matrix. You breaking up bad.
Oh man, yeah.
Well, I think that's you. I can hear him just fine.
Yeah, I can hear him. He's good.
Yeah,
that must be me. You see, somebody else said you sounded perfectly clear.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's amazing though when you tell our people they the greatest thing on the planet and we the apple of Yah's eye and we're gods and you know and you know we really gonna rule over angels. We everything to Yah. Oh no. What about Edomites? What about these white people? They got to come with us.
Yeah, like you said, that's crazy because I remember when Farrakhan he spoke at my college, and you know that was the first time I heard that the white man was the devil, and that you know that black people were the children of Israel. Man, I walked out of there with my head so high I couldn't even sleep. I was so excited.
Yeah, that would be a normal thing.
Yeah,
you know, it seemed like it would be normal anyway.
Especially when he pulled the scriptures to prove it. I was like, oh man.
Yeah.
How come he ain't pulled the Quran?
I have no idea. But you know, I guess that ain't in the Quran.
Nope, not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
I heard
Yeah, a lot of that stuff is puzzling. Very puzzling as to why, you know, they can't get that out of their head.
And you know what was funny about that too? I had this white English teacher, and he enjoyed the speech, and he was like, "Yeah, I really enjoyed it." You know, he sounded like he was telling the truth to me. He's a great speaker. He didn't even use any notes.
Hey, Cap, Esau will admit when they hear the truth. They be like, "Oh yeah, that's true."
Yeah, I know.
Doing what they're doing. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, it certainly is.
Because you know, it shocked me when he said he went. I was like, "Well, we listening to the same speech because you seem too happy about this."
Yeah, it seems like you should have been watching your back when you walked out of there.
I know, right?
Well, when Yah is ready to reveal it, they can't hold it back. It doesn't matter if it's the truth or not. He'll reveal it through them. So whatever it's meant for you to hear, you're gonna hear it.
That's true. Yeah, that ain't no lie. Because if he wants it to come out, it's gonna come out through whoever.
It sounds even better coming from them.
Yep. Yeah, because then they'll believe it then.
Right.
Doggone shame. That's what it takes for them to tell you. Be like, no, I really hate you. I was made that way. Oh, okay.
The Ishmaelite came up to us and told us we was Israelites. And they knew he said, we know we're Ishmael. We know y'all Israel. And we're brothers. And it was the first time it had happened to me. I was all geeked. And yeah, they the fake Jews in there. He pointed at the center where we were teaching class at. And I thought it was the greatest thing in the world. But elders say it happens to him all the time. But that guy, we didn't even know the guy. He just walked up to us and started telling us he listened to our conversation.
Wow.
Yeah, y'all don't know y'all.
I think a Coachy Danielle was standing there too.
She was.
And Albert Jill was right there too.
Was he there too?
Yeah, I believe he was standing there as well. Albert Jill.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shalom. Yeah, I felt just like Deacon Kiefer did. My eyes got wide. I was so hyped after that. I was like, see, these other they know they're all in cahoots, you know, that Psalms 83, and nobody is saying nothing. They all quiet. I'm like, look at him. They walking around with us every day and no one's saying a thing.
Yeah.
Would you say something if you knew that you was gonna be a servant to somebody else? Would you?
Yeah. That man said everybody, they're not gonna open your eyes for you. You know?
Right.
Long as we keep them quiet, maybe we can run this thing as long as we can.
Yeah. Yeah. And same thing happened to me. I went into the store. And then the Ishmaelite saw my chain, and she's like, "Oh yeah, y'all the real Jews."
Yeah, I had
Everybody knows, but
Everybody
I had
knows
one
what
talk to me one time. I had on a my white man's the devil shirt, and he was like, "Where'd you get that shirt?" And I was like, "It's true, ain't it?" He was like, "Yeah, absolutely."
he must have the spirit on him to be telling that kind of truth.
Yeah, I know, right?
Man.
You jumped in him and jumped out real quick. Say that.
Yeah, well, like I said, they know they you know how they know how they get down over there in the Middle East, how the United States over there bombing up stuff. So
The thing is, the only people that stuff was taken away from and knowledge who they are is us. Everybody else know who they are.
Yeah, exactly.
And everybody know who we. It didn't take the knowledge from them about who we were. It took the knowledge from us about who we were. And then as time went on, and the world forgot. But when they start looking back through their history, they see it plain as day. They got more history they can fall back on than we do. As far as like looking, that stuff's not accessible to us. They got things more accessible. They had stuff passed down through their families that are historical artifacts and records and books that were kept that were telling a lot of truth.
All right.
Any other questions or comments?
None, sir.
Very good lesson today.
The water.
Yeah, it was good class.
Great class. Yeah, great class. I'm like AD said a week or so ago, man. You guys are getting better and better and better.
Yeah, it was good class. I didn't catch all of it, but for the part that I did catch, came in. I was like, he right on point. Hey, Elder, is this one? Well, I don't know now. Some of the stuff has been said, but I was gonna ask if it was gonna be up. I can catch the rest of it.
Yeah, it's on live now. We live right now.
Oh, okay. All right.
And rest assured, family, that y'all would never see Elder Yazequel at the strip club. You might see some other brothers.
No, you won't see no other brothers in INA up there.
I was gonna say, if we see you, that means we there too. So we can't can't nobody say nothing.
Is that the Elder?
I'm sure y'all heard. I'm sure y'all heard some brothers was up in the club down there in Atlanta.
What you say, Deacon? Is that the Elder? Oh man. I'm sorry.
Be in the club hiding from each other.
You got the nerve to confront him. What are you doing here, Elder?
like you ain't standing there.
Yeah. What are you doing here, Elder? What are you doing here, Deacon?
It was just some brothers the other day trying to explain what they was doing up in there with butt naked women. Talking about they was in there teaching.
Yeah, okay. All right.
had the nerve to say Yahweh Shai would be up in here too if he was here. This would have Yahweh Shai would be.
What? They didn't say that.
They did. Yes, they did.
Wow.
If Yahweh Shai went in there, he'll be throwing everybody out. There wouldn't be no clubs left after that.
And want to pull out scripture for it too. Yahweh Shai would be up in here. He was with the publicans and the sinners.
It's a sad truth though. A lot of brothers had that mindset.
I don't understand that. That's That's very sick. Talking about
I
your
want
house.
all you.
I said you're gonna use your house shot.
You don't use your hour shot. You know what I'm saying?
And
When
the
you
reason-
taking donations, from brothers and sisters, but you making it rain on butt naked women in the club. You taking all the sisters and brothers' money and making it rain at the club.
That's sad.
So you whoring out the daughters of Israel in your house shot's name.
You know?
Wow. Okay.
Unbelievable. Unreal.
Yeah. I've actually heard about that. One occasion that happened with Sorrel. I don't know how true it was because I heard about it, but
Well, this just happened because the brothers I'm talking about get videotaped again. Their Passover was at the butt naked bar. Then they just was at the butt naked bar. And then they came out and said, "Oh, we do this all the time. This how we relax.
wow.
That's how they relax.
Oh,
Huh?
yeah.
This how we relax. And if y'all don't like it, F y'all." That was the word.
But all right.
Well, you know.
This is how we relax. We go to the club with 21 Savage and whack 100 and throw money and make it rain on butt naked women.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's bad. That's all bad. You can't give them nothing but an old man response.
Tune in
like,
tomorrow for the lesson. Tune in tomorrow for the lesson.
Listen.
So whatever they was in that door.
Y'all think I'm playing. Y'all think I'm playing,
punishment.
but that's exactly what happened. Y'all think I'm playing. I'm not playing. That's exactly what happened.
Y'all got these special punishments coming for teaching people that
man.
For wrongfully teaching and doing it in your house shot's name. I want to see those lashes.
I ain't seen that.
That's
I ain't seen that in
what
scripture
happened.
nowhere.
And then broke out the Bible to make an excuse for it.
Wow.
But I got kicked off a Clubhouse when I brought out that Titus 2 and 6-9. They put me off. I put me out the room and I couldn't get back in. I'm used to it.
What scripture?
Places.
What's that scripture?
Somebody got their sword out. Get Titus 2. Get Titus chapter 2, 6-9.
Young men, likewise, exhort to be sober-minded in all things, showing thyself a pattern of good works.
A pattern of good works. Since you a teacher and you up in the butt naked club, that's not a pattern of good works. Read on.
In doctrine, showing uncorruptness, gravity, sincerity, sound speech that cannot be condemned.
That cannot be condemned. Come on.
That he that is of the contrary part may be ashamed, having no evil thing to say of you.
So that's what teachers ought to be doing. You shouldn't have no evil things said about you. There's an evil report brought up on you, brother. You in the butt naked strip club.
Exactly. We had a full.
That's an evil report. Now how I'm supposed to sit there and listen to you break down scriptures? And you looking at a nigga behind jiggling some money on top. Well, how I'm supposed to be looking at you? How I'm supposed to hear you?
And I get 9 too.
We had one out in the assembly. He was in and out. He was lukewarm anyway. You know, mainly cold, but he would always get drunk and then want to go minister to people. And then you already don't even know scripture anyway. So they sitting there looking like, why would I want to listen to you and you always drunk when you want to break out the Bible and then call for backup? You know, you want to call me or call the elder or who wants to be a part of Israel when they looking at you in the way you carry yourself?
Yeah, we threw him out so fast to make your head, his neck was hurt.
With the quickness.
Mm-hmm.
With the quickness. And then he want to come and say, I want to be back in the assembly. I'm in the truth. No, if you was in the truth, then you would be at somebody else's assembly.
Yeah, take that mess somewhere else.
Yeah, but they won't do that though. They won't go anywhere else with that because they know you if something happens at Israelite nation where you can't worship and teach with us and you don't go someplace else, you weren't in the truth.
Yeah, that's right.
Period.
Told him he like ISUPK, go on down there. But you ain't gonna go to ISUPK because they're gonna stomp your lights out. That's why you ain't gonna go there.
He never gonna make it he's not gonna leave there. He's not gonna leave there. No.
I got another precept about the excuses. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 32, verse 17. A sinful man will not be reproved, but findeth an excuse according to his will. Yeah, that's what you said they was doing. They pulling scripture trying to.
That's right. I mean, hey, listen, and then the one you know what I'm saying? Hey, we know who it is. We know the same. Shakari is who I'm talking about. I don't care if I am YouTube live. You brothers is wrong. And if they hear me, they can call me. They can message me. I'll tell them to their face, you wrong. You are wrong.
Yeah,
Shakari is a huge camp, man. They're a big camp. You got a lot of people watching you. You held to a different standard. You supposed to be a master teacher. You got more responsibility. People looking at you. What's wrong? What's going on here?
Yeah, that was the same camp I heard about.
Yeah, how are the people following you and you at the butt naked bar? You know, already desecrated the Passover with this mess. Talking about, oh, they was just bottle girls. It was naked girls then. Now this
Are these men married?
the second time. Yes, they got wives. But you're just like the sister said. Now the sister blew them out the water. Ain't have nothing to say about that. The sister said, you on the street teaching other sisters to dress moderately and to have, you know, and be shamefaced and don't be dressing out here like a horse. But you are at the club with the hoes, with the actual hoes.
Yeah, you supporting the minds and perpetuating the mentality of the women that you know that ain't right, but telling the other women out on the street to get right.
Yes, that's hypocritical.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's exactly what I heard as well. But like I said, I heard it. I didn't know if it was true or not, so I ain't really. That was a lot of talk that was going around. So I ain't. I was like, neither here nor there about it because I ain't know if it was the truth or not.
And sis, to answer your question, because that spirit of lust obviously is running rampant.
Yeah. Yep. That's what it is.
It's crazy. They go on, they always like, they going at another camp, rebuking another camp for something. And, how you
they stay arguing and rebuking people, don't they?
Right. And, how you trying to rebuke or correct somebody else and you literally teaching somebody to sin.
Like Deacon Keith brought out, that's straight up breaking the law, 100%. You pouring out the daughters of Israel, you breaking God's laws.
Because I'm sitting here thinking real hard now. I don't know too many camps that's, you might not agree with some of their doctrine, but that's directly teaching somebody to sin, and that's.
And I don't know if y'all, maybe I was daydreaming or something, but no, like it's the second time they've been in the club, but the first time they were in the club, they were celebrating Passover.
Right. Yeah, that's what I said. They was celebrating Passover in the club.
In the club. And I'm sorry, not the club, not the club, the strip bar.
Yeah, they claim it wasn't a strip bar, but like they tried to do this time. They try to say they was in the club, but wasn't no strip. But we see it, brother. It's on video. It's on YouTube. I see the video.
But no matter what, how was a set apart assembly gonna be in the club regardless? Unless they closed it down and had they women wasn't even there. Their women of the assembly weren't there. Oh no,
Nope.
I forgot that women don't have to come to Passover.
So yeah,
that
they
this-
did
that
come
was the
out. They
excuse?
did come out of GS. They did come out of GMS.
Right,
GMS
right,
teach that though.
right.
Yeah, best thing do, pray for him and move on.
Right.
I never heard that before about women not coming to Passover.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We don't teach it here because it's nonsense.
Yeah, you just pray for them brothers and move on, you know. And you know,
Yeah, man, it was you know, it was just a bad do, you know. I hate to see our people, you know, pull stuff like that, but they're gonna pull stuff like that. So, but you know what I'm saying? Hopefully they'll get it together. This the second offense though. The second offense.
Well, any more comments or questions?
That's all I got. Good lesson. I'll praise you.
All right, the water. So, guess
good
we'll
lesson.
end it. The water.
Lesson.
Guess we'll end it there then.
Shalom.
All right, shalom.
Shalom, fam.
Shalom, shalom.